Hi, this time it's about hardware integration for Ableton and for the KSMK3. And hardware integration means we use a 303, which is here, and we use an external pedal FX, and we control this together with contact 8 and anything in Ableton, and this has all the NKS2 style. So first I want to mention we have now color-coded tracks. I can select it here, and now I would have, this is the media, the FX. So this is light blue now, this is turquoise-ish, and this one is red. Okay, so and this here is software. This is an external, the effect pedal, the guitar pedal, and this is the synth. So the synth, it looks actually like this. It has several mappings. So I play just a key. Right now I can only adjust the frequency. If I go to the second track, I can now adjust my reverb pedal or the delay pedal. And so LVX is the pedal, and on this track is my 303. I have now the frequency, and here I turned off the bed signal. So, and if I now play any key, I have my 303. Okay, I map this also here to the mod wheel. Okay, I keep this with the camera. Sorry. So if I turn the mod wheel, I can change the frequency. So then also I have a MIDI template with the same setting. So this has 1 cc. So I'm turning now the mod wheel. Okay, so and this is the only function the synthesizer can. So, but if we use the Ableton DAW integration and our complete keyboard, then we have several options. First, here you see it says LFO at 303. If I turn this, it will enable an LFO which will adjust this frequency, but in milliseconds. Here I can change the frequency. Okay, so above 64 it will become tempo synced and still frequency. So, and if I then go to 100, the magic starts, because now I have polyphonic aftertouch, and with my key pressure I can adjust the frequency. So I turn it like this, and now I add some pressure. So then we can go a little further. And it starts at 120. And 120 gets nasty. So this will also adjust roar and drive and some other stuff. And the only thing I do is I hold the key with less and more pressure. And while playing, so, and then we can also go to 1 to 7, and this will start. Now I will open the whole thingy. Okay, I press it again because it will trigger another sequence. So, and if I open this, it will look like this. So I hit a key. And this will generate at first a new sequence. So maybe like this. So now I can go to my smile and can say create. and then it will create a MIDI track which will play. So, and if I go back to my main rack, I can turn this off, and now I can play my 303 with polyphonic aftertouch, or add some nasty roar. So if the roar is on, then it will look like this. Let me close Smile. And so this will enable all those three thingies here. And if we open roar, so now this is only the polyphonic aftertouch I'm doing with the keys here. So let me close this, and we do this all on the hardware, right? I'm still in the first track. I have my polyphonic aftertouch now. So now I just go to the next track and I adjust my reverb pedal. So if I change it here, then Ableton gets... So now it will get really nasty, because this effect pedal has all these different mods and styles and whatsoever. So, and what we do it just fast. So normally you have to dive into the pedal and find your submenus. And what we can do here, we do it like in the NKS style. I just go to my volume tabs. So, and I have a tab delay right now, and I could turn on or off all tabs. Now we have only the left tab, and I will pan it to the right. Okay, and now I will turn on the other tabs and change the settings. And so this to the right, this to the left, and maybe we keep only the second tab, like this. Okay, so now I could close it, and I have mapped on the keyboard's touch strip the feedback. So I can now adjust here the feedback and also the cutoff from the 303. So, and then we could also go to the filter tabs and change this type. So, and now it's a lot of resonance, and we need more volume here, and we can go crazy. Okay, so, and then we could go, and now we have our tri-signal. I will now turn off the 303, and we go to the first one. So now I'm in the, if I would play it, nothing happens. Why? Ah, there we go, because here is our selector track. So I can open it. Now I see I have adjusted leap. This gives me leap. So if I turn the selector now to the fourth, you see everything is in red. If I go to this track, everything will be in turquoise, like the track in Ableton. So I go back. I will now also adjust the drums from, let me open the drums, then you see them. And a little smaller maybe, so like this. So, and now I have mapped the drums. You see them here. Okay, and what I will do is I will go with a kick and then also with a percussion. So, and the percussion is like in this setting, it's only arped, but the arp is not latched. So, and here it's latched. And if I go up here, then the arp will be, let me go to this setting, will be randomized. So then you see, okay, I need to go back to this one. So, and if I now turn this thing here just off, then we can play the percussion. Okay, and if I turn this on, we have an arp. Now the harp is latched, and now we turn on this expression and random stuff. So I can go, and this is my performance page for the Mrs. Analog Lead Drums Rack. So, and I have here my performance page number 2, and I could now adjust the volume. So here we have a third one, so I will now go to slot number 3 and adjust massive. Okay, massive is in here. So in here we will have, let me show you this. So in here we have massive, then we have replica, Raum, and then we have a sidechain, which is an Ableton stock plugin. It does not belong to the NKS2 stuff. So, and I could now say here, I'm editing massive, and also Mrs. X and Mr. Y, and we have this also in our performance page. So I can close this now here on the hardware and could close complete control. So, and now I can say I have a leap, I have some drums, and then I can play with my massive, and I could now also go and add a fourth part to this one, which will be Analog Earth. If I open this, then Analog Dreams, then you see it's our tools, and if I trigger it, ist das sequence on it. So, and now I close this and I go to this track where we have also a selector. So, and this gives me, as you see here in our hardware, this gives me in the first slot 40 keys. So let me open it. And we have here 40 keys, then we have dirt, coal, Raum. And then we have another FX part which is outside of this selector. So let me close it and let's go back to 40 keys and so, but if I don't like this, I can check what's in the second slot. In the second slot, so let me go back to the first slot and turn this off. And in the second slot, we have patterns, Alicia's keys, Jakob's Kolleg, Conflux, sounds like this. Okay, and if I turn on Conflux, you could adjust this. Oh, this is super tiny, cool. Sorry. There we are, okay. So we have Conflux, we have Jakob's Kolleg and Alicia keys, and we have a patterns tool. And this can now be adjusted via the performance page. So if I go to the third part, then we have analog streams, circular and clays. So I would trigger this and let me close this. And maybe, so we have, sorry, why it's not following? Ah, I'm in the wrong slot, sorry. So, and this one we need to open. Oh, it's also super tiny. Sorry, I actually always work with the hardware. So, in this slot we have circular, analog streams, clays, and this gives me the red light guide. So, and if I would go to circular, I have a blue light guide. And now I can just hit clays and add the clays volume, or could go adjust this thingy. So, and also the analog dreams. So, and then we go to, this is the third track, which is Irish ARP. So in here I can go to my tools, for example, and I need to open it again. So in here I would have an NKS2 folder which enables my chords for my Irish harp. So I'm just here in this rack folder. Let me go to the chords tool. So and then I can enable this or disable it. And also the arbitrator tool can be enabled from just the NKS2 rack here. And let's enable it. And now we can go to the ISO tab, can open this ISO tab, can adjust some trash. Or we could also adjust some vinyl. And the cool thing is we can now just go to the vinyl and say year 2000 and spin down. So, and then we have also, we can close the thing, make it not that loud. So, and then we have an Ableton folder. So this would be, this is the live folder. So I can now enable a looper, can go to my looper and can say record what I will do now. And now play it and make it reverse and speed it up. And while I have this running, I can go to my DAW and can say, and now I will add Jakob. And now we go with the 303, and the 303 gets its own thing. And maybe let's add massive to this. So and now I just adjust the frequency on the keyboard when I like this.